behind our time kakra na nim say ana enye boapaye 1 or 2 bi na Father's Day dey na just say person ye shas ye chese ye to ye boase na ye beyie eno so ka ho nti na ye ntimi stream no the time na ya hye mo bo say ye de ba no but say o hwe mesisi ye ya akwaba sonko kra e de ba wan ka be de dwumadi so na ene de ebeye edwe e wodem ha sei fi say me wo me papa nom akuku dam na sa papa fo me nu am wo omo edem he me do mo say me do mama just say me hu say na me describe na one of them biologically me papa na the other one there ojine mama papa fo a me ba Columbus a me ba America ha o so me mu one way or the other inti ene enche bia me do mo di acho but before then no Mr. Mami akonya na me nka me makeup yi ho asem kakra ncho me makeup yi de se ne onim ne da no e least makeover me amen oba ya a o Columbus he ya na da ne den nyina onya adaje no twimanim se mpacho least makeover de uhia na afre ne 6142165356 na obeje ofeso no atwenim kama amount me nua na ya ken so ya lata soap uhia alata soap na efre ne remedy alata soap for all skin types for nayak 6142097885 na no so beje ofeso na se ne open bia no or the abrel be bia obia ye de bebrel na nso nsa Canada ayo skin ye me pa show nyame ya aduma next week Saturday echo 21st producer meboa 21st one ka be denju medie no ye de interview aton FM na se ne da ne den na me ka na ye mia menu abe makomasi nyame ene ye interview aton na sa interview aton ya na se interview marathon ye de ebe ma hu resources a Columbus ya ye wo nti me pacho eduru ho a bra 1900 East Dublin Granville Road be supporting whichever way you can ye wa ha say ye bie ye nsema mawa ye support no de ba ye beje no ofeso ebiem nso so ye be show ne live it is when to me amakra na ye be encourage you say be bia wo bia mo am Ghana mo hwe be bia wo hwe ye fi bia no eduru ho a ye sro tuning from 21st of June to 25th of June there ye the interview marathon ye minu abema Kumasi nyame na odi sadwumadi via Revolt Media nti ye nyina no mu behu say yes ye hyehyase a ye pushi enu abema nti bacho mo hwe ye nim saa e wo kwan no so emfa maye me ncha ho kra no ma me go ahead na me dine ene de ye guest nkwa na wo ha say enye panelist I'm a guest na me first guest idie like I said eye miankasa biologically and I say papa owo me na sa papa we dey just say jack of all trades and nyini na ama na ye wa mo akakro but jack of all trades wa ye nneoma bebre he wa ye contractor da wa ton cement da wa ton papa we wa bebre o nti na ne dey ye Father's Day me de na baha say on be share ni experience on make 1 or 2 bi na ye nyina so emfa nya adesua ne hu say truly Father's Day celebration say and celebrate and I say oh after all your more responsibility na or more ye nti ene day me wo mi ankasa me papa wa ha say Kofi Boateng mote Boateng ne dia no say ho fe hima mpo fi Boateng no aha ho na me nya me Boateng ne fi nti me pa chawo be bia obi a me hu nsem me nti nsem bo ba fa nsem bo hia mi a me papa Kofi Boateng Boga Israel me refie ho no Boga Israel share me papa we mo de ye mo ma me nka ho kakra me papa we the whole Kumasi ono pe ese ebu ade he udu ba bia na se me ko Boga Israel fia akrakra de obeko because we chia nkasa according to the we chia na Israel de nipa yetimi de oman to no so de na nze oye odi mu ankasa Kofi Mr. Kofi Boateng no Boga Israel na ho te say papa na mi adum ye ho ye de nyame ase akwa say wa ba wanka be de dwumedi so be da so say da ne de nyina wo ne wife mo bo machi dom Nyankopon nhira mo bebre minim say ne de wonim de no wo de bi so ba be dware thank you for coming why yo mama ndwane na me nko te say de me di kan ye no mi ankasa me papa ba ko me nua be ma ba ko je say me hu be ya me financial ankasa but baby o hye bia no or ye me papa or ye me nuabema or ye nneoma bebree to me because wa boa me bebree na se ne me kan wo gina mu ma papa fo a omo okrom ha omaso me elder so mua that's me hu me ntimi kra mo inti papa fo mo okrom ha one way or the other no you've been of help to me and then me de mi ankasa me elder Roxing e de na ba na sa me elder yi amedican boni din anza kwa me yi na che oye CPA onye ni packet to CPA by profession. CPA before you get that certificate na nye izo it tells you say owo fie nyansa owo book mu nyansa osa wo nyame mu nyansa fi say oye elder e wa sorry na I can't remember say obi catch me say na ye elder ba be preach nipa na ni age no so wa fa ni book ye pon ya o say na me na elder kasa o say unim say elder we mpana asempa am say sa o say hwe de bi o preach bia no me ni age penasem am say nyon kwa ye nyina penasem intenne me de say wa take time out of the busy schedule na wa ba ha say na ono so de ni nimdie ba be church ni maybe ni enso de aye adesua wo wanka be de dwumadi ni so pacho yes again if I say Mbonsha Elder Roxing a champion elder one elder that is say
nyame adom
wanka be de dwumadi ye da asese e to nsafro no aba we jai bibia we no aba I really appreciate you why
you're welcome.
Aye. Okay, anyway, that means same require because your time na recorded that. And I am person between a 10 bia. Inti no, me were a few questions be ma maybe say papa no because me say me de two ho no be the questions be buy. And no so inti and then ye be so mo ye wi a me was short story be I be ka ho asem na ye gye papa no so adwenche. Inti ne di kan no, Elder Roxing, where there I'll put you on the spot. I mean shall say few ho. Okay. Question at that table no so ne say what is the essence of Father's Day? You can Father's Day because our celebration is it worth it? Yeah. Say you celebrate Father's Day. I didn't know was celebrate Father's Day.
Oh, okay, so we can make the asidabema na face so machia what for ni ahwefo nyina. So I would like to extend a warm greetings to your viewers and listeners, and also want to thank you for the invitation to come on your esteemed show. Yeah, so going back to the question, say, is it worth it, say, you be celebrating Father's Day? Yeah, I think, say, obebusa that question, maybe, and also, you have to pause for a second, right? Mm-hmm. And also ask, is it worth it to celebrate Mother's Day? Right?
Hey,
yeah. And let me land, yeah.
Okay.
So, see there, Mother's Day, right? And when he say, I will say yes, celebrating. So I'm assuming who they say Father's Day, right? I will say yes, celebrating. So the importance that we attach to Mother's Day, we should attach the same to Father's Day, right? Yeah.
Mothers carry baby, no.
Oh yeah. So we are not here to debate over that. But I'm trying to say, yeah, to answer your question, I think say yeah, it's worth it.
Okay.
We are not comparing the two, right? But it takes, there is a saying that it takes a village, right, to raise a kid.
Right.
Yeah, but if you look at the children, right, it took the two to brought the kids into the world, and it's going to take the two to raise them up. Yeah, so if we have a day set aside to celebrate mothers, I think it's also worth it that we also celebrate our fathers. And to answer your question, yeah, it's worth it. We need to celebrate. Yeah.
We then come here the atwa so the mama fan to say okay, in celebrating we say worth it. See I establish that point. In that case no, we say a lot of noise about Mother's Day versus Father's Day. So are you saying say attach the same noise no, the same importance now? Yeah, they mothers no. And why do you think say Mother's Day louder than Father's Day?
You see that was the thought that came into my mind, and one of the pictures drew Father's Day be like I know show social media like a boy with a bell, right? It's like you see organ I know your cool school I want bell na no more born.
Yeah.
it is like this young guy is holding one, right? Say or kind for say Father's Day. So,
oh wow.
So anytime that I look at it, I'm like, wow. Yeah, so I don't know why, but it seems when it gets to Mother's Day, right? Everyone knows about it, right?
Yeah.
And everyone makes noise about it. But when it gets to Father's Day, but let me say it has changed now.
Okay.
So say the normal
The
say
time,
sakakra, but first in the day, nanka do Father's Day, no one is even aware of the Father's Day. But right now it's changing, but it is not the same. It's not in the same vein as the Mother's Day, and there could be so many reasons for that.
Okay.
Right? Yeah, there could be so many reasons. So we share Papa and Mamia. My friend say, even if in most of the cases, my friend says our rejaya kraba. Majority of the times no ana mame for no and efa enkwara no
Yeah.
And there are so many reasons why Mother's Day no ye bohu de robebre esen Father's Day, but the one that comes to mind sounds na enkwara ben omo mame more.
Okay.
See, yeah, your backroom money dear, your experience need different, but growing up, let's look at it. Papa Krana Ujane, right? Back home when growing up, we're not that close to our fathers as compared to our mothers. So you realize that bond is strong when it comes to mothers.
Okay.
And to drew mothers there, like naturally people are going to make noise about it as compared to Father's Day.
And I, like you rightly said, no, I think so with time, no, it changes.
Oh, yes,
now, yeah, Papa
change.
for no, be brain, especially the younger generation, almost started spending time with Omoma. It's our bond on a kakrebi versus Tetehona. A man shall be fearfully and wonderfully made into happy banana and Nima you say nine crave janeno. And yes, sir.
Yes, sir. But when him say, so if you look at those of us in the diaspora, right? Those of us especially, okay, let's use Columbus as an example. This is where we live, right? So we share in Ghana for me fancy about we mawahana. See, it's different.
Okay.
I can use myself as an example, right? Right now, if you come to my home, my kids, 3 kids, Obia, and that fear is not there. Say me me papa, and it's like my Zoe, for example. Every time be frame me bia Zoe jina me chain. Yeah, and just recently, I was having a conversation with a coworker, and I said, so I went to Zumbizi Bay with the family, and the question was, oh, so do your kids want to hang out with you? So she was surprised. I said, okay, and I thought that was funny. But I think that the underlying reason is omudru that age now, it's like they are very independent and they don't want to really. So if you are a dad and your 17-year-old and 15-year-old still want to hang out with you, and not just at least there is a bond, there is some kind of we say there. That's why they really want to hang out with you.
Thank you so much. And that bond, you know, like Elder rightly said, you know, it doesn't start when they are a teenager. And I said they are teenagers. It starts when they are young. You know, to us the younger ones now, feel na yeah be one ya one. Yen trying to build a bond in it with our children. Send your mama no more ya say Mother's Day who Father's Day. Yen starting in our own small way. Yen starting and build this our bond. So you know, they will also be comfortable around us. Do celebration almost so best celebrating. Me pacho, mama come me papa so. Mr. Boateng. Mama Bisao. Ye ka papa kra na papa. Why ne papa? Sa celebration I celebrating. Papa bia na celebrating na ye ka say father, why now in your opinion or your papa to you?
Ye ka papa. Papa ne de wawo tumi no ahweba.
De wawo ahweba.
Wawo ahwe akora no. Isuku kom na niam nyina mu.
Okay.
Ogina mu ahwe. Ono na friend papa. Because me e won krofo bebre a oba pa owo no kra no o ka so nko nchen a onko but e bia papa foforo bia ma me no de ne ko ware no kra no ono na o gye no se ne ba
Okay.
Enti de obewo ahwe pa no ene e friend papa. Na awo na ahwe ba no yie dia it seems say he moves o papa you know what the number we ase so papa you know NCP.
Na che say me tie o make point bi na o ka say obi o kra na anya ono na ewo no but ono na ahwe no then say obi wo na o hwe ne ba na so obi so anwo akra no na o hwe ne kra na ono so ye papa.
Also your papa.
Okay, Matthias. Inti no che say responsibility na it comes with raising children. Wo na wo yes our responsibility no. E papa. But inti wo na wan show body a onya papa.
Abi.
Onya papa but onya papa no.
Onya papa. Wa wo de na so onya papa edi.
We say you celebrate.
Celebrate. Inti
Matthias. Me da si bebre. Ene ma me mbisa mesenya bisa wa. So ne o ka say papa wo na wan hwe oba ne ade a ma me mbisa enkura tete ye da kan sem bebre but e ba nkura tete a say netie e fama wo experience ne ebi ne say minim say wo ma me kai say ye nyini no even though say wan kasa wo ma wa wo mo de o ye pinter fo ni mu a ye nan na so no na nipa bebre wo ye nchen a o hwe omo inti no experience e den na ye wo experience as papa to wa wo ma wa hwe omo ene ma na nya omma e ye den na utumi etimi hwe wo ma no utimi kan ye nyina aye bom no like me hu say na metra asem no but what was your experience what did me patch na se papa aha say na netie emma wo ebra wo tete nkra ye wo dia nkra nya wo dia ye nyina tete abom no wo tete ye nyina abom say na netie emma wo say eja
say de na etie ni say me fa wo bia say eba so o ka ba me ho nko na say uhia wo bia fan say me ba no ma hye da enyi ensi ho o te say me ma for no nko na ye me ma omuhia bibia say me boa o enti nipa bebre wo a said ya wo ka say ye gi o mbetena ifie na o mo neti no omo emo bi papa wi mikofa no ebetra na ye madam for me den betra me jem mo bi school because of wuniti ti bibia so wo di nti a o de befa akola no e de naba na o so afia ne se papa.
Okay, na je say unti otete nkra ni mo no wan chichemu wan ye discrimination de bro ni beka say discrimination wan chichemu na mu fa obi a say ba nti na na say akra bia obeba ye na ase bia no ye mfa ne say ba because obi anim de daache mpenfo say obi nim de donkuku a daache ade beche so ana say bibi edu Father's Day a aya say na ho ye aya hu ni say special day and I say who they say a normal day. How do you feel? You do Father's Day.
You do Father's Day. Many to me jipa. Say me tia ne. Eni jia mi wo mu no. Eso. Isa say dear my ama obi bia na onim no otimi efrem even phone so kra. Cause happy Father's Day. E no mama ni jia. So enti we ade be chi no na me phone so ayema. Father's Day, Father's Day. And also ma in Cranche. So Father's Day na nipa no ma oni nyina. And also so ka enyini ncha na me so e dey ma. Because papa awaya nipa no e dey asede ma o Father's Day. And also Shirano. Also the goose.
Matthias. Yo, me da se bebre daddy. Elder ma me bisa minim so wo mama na wo mama na wo bema ai senate wo tete ma oba wo tete bema because minim say obia ne personality even though say two girls cramp no obia ne personality but yen can personalities as individuals but as sexes no oba any bema no how is it for you in raising them?
Yeah, thank you for that question. But before, I want to go back to question Abusa that said,
touch on it.
Who is a father, right? Not that I disagree with daddy, right? Yeah, but you see, biologically, right? okay, a father is somebody who gives birth, right? So that is the biological father, right? We have a stepfather, right? Obia, me find say, yadena kwa aware. So aware na oba no de ne ba abana obe ma na wo biological child, but yadena ba aware, right? Yeah. So long as say nipa no ena ewo no. See, this is something that nyame na hyehyɛ. So you can't change that. The person is still the father of that individual, right? Yeah, but the question to be raised is that person a responsible father? Right? And I think that he said it. Say, you are still the biological father. No one can change that. There is nothing that you can do to change. He's not the father, right?
Right.
Yeah, the person may not be responsible. So then, okay, you can say he was not a responsible father.
Okay.
Right? And also, you're quite sorry about right? You will be one, na wo, but bit maka say, no, or me papa.
Okay.
So we have spiritual fathers.
Fathers, okay.
So those are the fathers who nurture people spiritually. Right, so emotionally, spiritually, yeah, this somebody may not be your biological father, stepfather, but still that fatherly role, no, the person may play that in your life.
Okay.
Right, maybe spiritually.
Yeah.
Right, your father may be absent, but you could have somebody playing that role. Okay. So like your daddy said, right? Into a draw now, you have to consider all these people.
Not just say ubia wa ubia ye papa.
Papa. Yes.
Your papa ne your papa.
Responsible fathers and irresponsible fathers.
Irresponsible fathers.
Yeah.
Hey. Okay. Me that's baby. And then Pacho, back to my question now.
Yeah.
I sanity for you. Per your experience, when you say it will be different with everybody.
Everybody, yeah.
But then with yours, now, how is the experience like?
Yeah, so my experience in raising, so if I say raising, so I'm talking about myself and my wife, right?
Yes.
Yeah. So it's no, I will not sit here and claim say hunkwana who raising Quran, right? And you and I know the system in America, right? The way it's sit here, and for us, okay. When our first child was born, right, near Free Columbus, I called Chicago for. Though we're still in the church, but no be any.
Okay.
It was just the two of us. I always tell people, say, it was tough. Raising kids in America, it's not a joke. It's not a joke, right? It's just the two of us. I remember Mary had to learn how to bathe the kid by herself, right? Wow. Yeah. Sometimes if we are fortunate, right, Nanki or Columbus, we would have had some of these mother figures.
Yes.
Yeah, because we're like sorry. I mean, I can mention so many names. They would even have loved to come and help. But here's the case: we found ourselves in a new location, right? So we have to do everything on our own. So raising them, especially in this country, is not a joke.
Okay.
Yeah, but it's worth it, right? So when we started, you mentioned the bond. How do you create a bond? Because one, sorry, and it's like that encounter now no munya day in day out no creates that bond. So going back to the question that you asked, that experience was not easy.
Okay.
It wasn't very difficult. Yeah, because just the two of us were working. Yeah, and to bring them up wasn't easy. And you also mentioned there is, yeah,
with the boys and the girls, no differences.
Yeah, so omusadia me fan say from day one no me fan so omo ebe drew be about 7-8 ni there untai who difference be a ewom omo started drew age na omo started asserting their own independence now, that is where you see say, oh, wait to say kakra.
Like teenage age now.
Teenage age, no.
Okay.
And they are way different.
Okay.
Because by then, no many now for and their minds also are developed to extend that to them they think say they have arrived a little bit. Now I can do things on my own. It's not a bad thing.
Yeah.
They need to be independent in their own way, right?
Right.
Yeah, but you and I also know say when you say them when you say oh papa and oh mama and the experience oh papa and oh mommy and and I normally I tell my kids that say yeah, you may think say you know, but you don't know a lot because like the experiences that your parents have had no unya mubi into munimbe assume, but that doesn't mean so almost nimbi into omu that teenage age nedia na a little tough because omako school omo who they were normal city and also don't forget say they live in different cultures,
right?
Yeah,
Versus us. Yeah,
you and I growing up one culture, dear mommy and papa.
Yeah.
Which is the Ghanaian culture, right? So now we live in America. So they go to school. So the culture that they know, more of the American culture, right? Then it's a mixture, right? Ghanaian America culture, right? And that difference is also there. And it's not easy navigating that nuances, like that little differences between this and that. No, it's not easy, and you can overlook that. Yeah, you can say hey, okay, Ghana culture na wunim into no one now being imposed on Quran. So they don't live in the Ghanaian environment. And even some of them are Ghana da. And sometimes it creates confusion if you say what the Ghana there na
impose on them. You know the reason why I may be asked that question. I had somebody tell me say, or no dear ne babema ne babema or tete ne babema or tete with a strong fist because Obama has to be Obama.
Yeah.
And now Obama so dear or a little bit, you know, with soft
so the
with
feminine.
With the or Bema no ne Bema kasa or the masculine side but or the only Obama kasa or the feminine side but and so maybe I say is it even important for you to be doing those things at that tender age for the boy to know that you will be a man very soon, you have to behave like a man, and you know, and sometimes some of these things, maybe in my opinion, result in a lot of these narcissistic behaviors we see in people. So sometimes Anna Meka say if you want to treat children like that, you have to tread cautiously. Yeah, and into the man maybe ask our question and say, per your own experience, were you raising them like a boy should be this into me, I'm being like this with a boy, a girl should be this at that tender age? I get it. Who said to say the okay, teenagers there,
yeah,
it makes sense. But when young now, to say me the year
no dear, yeah, that's what I said. Almost from up to be 8, 9 a day, or up to 8, right? I don't think so.
You have to treat them the same.
The same. I don't think so. They can even grasp that concept or that idea. Say say. Oh, and then I you're very careful. I'll be creative and say, okay, one thing because when it comes to the dishes, because obano nkonko yeah, mabe mane dishes anywhere. Then you are bringing in the Ghanaian mentality over here. And
in the children pool.
Obana be question say, why are you trying to? I didn't know. Oh yes, sir.
Yeah.
Into Omusa dear. We didn't raise them differently, but like I said, Omu drew age PD at least. Also, ma be mani who say, Omoko mu be hu, and you just reinforce that in them.
Okay.
Yeah, because the way I be treating Oba, don't mean treating them the same way.
Right.
Because when you're very careful, let's say, my friend say. Baba, right? That's all per se. We any hey. When you're very careful, you need no kushia bemani hey. Normal because my dad treated me that way.
Yeah.
And to munini dear, you have to be careful a little bit. Yeah, but musa dear, I don't think so. we didn't differentiate between say person we hear oba like ube because we oba didn't know be say but omunyini dia at the teenage age that one there has to be some difference in how you raise them.
Medasi. Mr. Boate, maybe also in a bit, but before then, Mami read a few comments, and then I'll come to you with the questions now. Nyamesem says Father's Day, just a day, and we need no argument on that. It's just one day. It's not a one day pet. And then I say, mu person money no munya in India Father's Day. Cynthia say we make noise for Mother's Day because they are queens.
And fathers are kings. So.
Fathers are kings too. Yeah. See.
Because Cynthia says fathers are kings. So
Cynthia, elders say fathers are also kings because in the home there is a king, there is a queen. So if you have found a queen there, and there is a king. Okay. KK and Age or Cynthia Boch are responding to Cynthia Mame. Or Cynthia, what about the kings? Okay. KK and AJ be one say this one too. We go debate about it. Okay, and Cynthia be respond. Madam I say at least mumu kuntokwa wa de no so mepe. Munya ne sa amfa ma me. Ai ti ende men kan kra wa mo amunye. O say KK and AJ say how can fathers be closer? Okay, that's the banter. I'll leave it for today. I say today no nayak, so no bias. Oh. Today no nayak, so no bias. Oh, I don't know. Madam, for your bias, nayak. Don't mind them. I know you are watching me. Don't mind anybody. Becky says, God bless our responsible fathers. Yes, on the responsible number. It's in your papa be and you're responsible. Amos say, Dad, happy Father's Day. God bless you. Aye, was it? I say happy Father's Day. Cake and Age, I say happy Father's Day to all our lovely fathers. Including those in the studio. See, Elder, I say happy Father's Day. Josephine, I see very educative program. Thank you so much, Josephine. As I see so far, Father's Day has changed, as Elder was saying, and they praise the Lord. Yeah, the Cynthia again says the men said it all. Happy Father's Day. Okay, yes. Okay, there's a comment that says when the children become teenagers. Teenage is where the problem is. Adolescence has kicked in, hormones, etc. It makes them confused sometimes, and that's very, very true. Ben, IB says some men are boys and some boys are men. Happy Father's Day, Boga Israel. I watch you dear. As someone Michael as someone say, I don't think it's a competition of who gets celebrated or honored the most. I think fathers want to feel appreciated once in a while. Oh, that's a really, really touching comment. Yes, I'll say it's not a competition. I like that. In fact, Metro to baby. I'll say I think fathers want to feel appreciated once in a while. That's really, really true. There's a comment that says, why do women pollute their kids against their fathers?
You want us to respond to that? You want us to respond to that?
Also, as someone says, Dada Kofi has done a lot in my life, Daddy. May God bless you and happy Father's Day. I love you. Oh, one of Enkrana or share or mono. And one comment. Also, why you never be bramano? Then so be bring a coupon shower. Some was in your main shower. Now, so question where dear, say I didn't ma. It is in same go more papa soon. It will be a topic for another day. Okay. Because you can see a count and I don't have a sort of touchy. Who wants some kaka? Can you really overcome it to a be near that's why kaki to a be? Then we move on.
Either a kind. But the woman say, a brooch, a mad no uncle, and the 10 be a papa can mammy can. But back to Ghana no. Sakura no cry a bibia. Ah, some are men who play China Bana. Because papa ba.
Yeah.
And upon the bus, China Bana, the Bonachesa Kurano, the Beshan Moon seven.
Me papa nye.
Chakura should be at Sardin Wonimua, no dinina. Chess of Mamma ye. Inti, it drew mother's year, said the Okano. Who said a new year and Crawford in young mamma before no, a faithful Sardino. More.
Nti na say woni nipa na asem na okan woni ne ya adwene say ma me foot tu nsem gu ye ma asem
sesa what di boni channel to so papa ba wo be hu Oba akati papa no.
Adebo.
Na bele akola na pewase.
Apewasem. No kra wo me da se.
So I know yeah, the Ghanaian context, right? Yeah. But I would say I have said the entity, right? And you see, T.D. Jakes wrote a book, and in that book, or say, when the destination is mutual, right, there shouldn't be any competition.
That's right.
And I think you did touch on that. And he said, "Eba say, my many papa, na ye goal, ye baako say, ye be raising responsible children. That shouldn't be a thing to happen in the family."
Okay.
But you see, in a situation like that, you have to ask yourself, what's going on, right? Is it because papa and mama no enka? Is it because omuntem enye? If that is the case, then try to resolve the issue. So don't pay the case against the dad or the kids against the mom.
Right.
It's not a good thing to do.
Yeah.
May use Quran as a weapon against either the father or the mother, because our goal is mutual. Your one goal, see, be raising responsible children.
That's right.
Inti ayama mama mayemfa like say oba ne bema papa ne mami those little don't bring the kids in there. Inti say if you are a mom and now yes sir enye now we are papa so now yes sir and so enye and crying nyini a ade na dey show mutim. It's not helpful for their growth. And you know, if you and your spouse, right, have, let me use the word, a fight, not in the negative context, like I'm talking about the daily
issues, no.
More resolve between yourselves. Don't use the kids.
Okay. Addition there, yes, you one cabin jumedi, so be na elder dear my ye man fee ye who can for. Yen man cransing chain, ye issue, I ain't dealing with your issues. And my own fan crying me for him, because at the end of the day, and crying I how I addition the elder does it. Maybe come a story no so briefly, but before then, my mean be so. Say, what's nasi na odria equatia Siciano and Kawo Mount Quenya 25 years. Saturday, year 25 years, no. 25 what would you 25-year-old, no? May I show say Saturday your dad?
Oh, David. Yeah.
What would you tell your 25-year-old self? Then I catch your 25 years self and
okay, so that's the question out there. But so are we talking about say life in general or specifically to the fatherhood discussion?
Life in general.
Okay.
I know I be specify. So that question in life in general, but say because Father's Day, no, you kind of with specific to fatherhood.
All right.
But to bet me attach it to everyone.
Yeah. So the advice I would have given to my 25-year-old self would be say, and come a year financial investment more.
Okay.
To invest in certain areas a lot, right? Yeah, I mean, you know, if you so you're quite sorry, you're assuming you know, we thought said normal be ever falling into places just like that.
No,
and if there is one area like there are some areas I can make us say, hey, I was saying we say financially, certain things that I would have done before. Nanka obe worry. A day akra we are saying. And recently I saw somebody, I think I would kind of paraphrase say, if you are father, you cannot afford not to make investment. Okay. Because who wouldn't crab we are saying, right? Into financially you got to be really sound. So they be a bit to me. There was one time Apostle Fori, our former ways apostle, no preacher can say, but say, so we hand them that say, oh baby, I went $100,000. I don't know. No, wasn't a 1 year. Yeah, I remember. I mean, you also say 100. Oh baby, I was so timid 100 to account to me. And the question that came into my mind was, yeah, but I think it's a good thought, right? Yeah. So for me, there are certain things I would have, done financially. So invest in certain areas, before you get into marriage.
Yes, me bisa sa question because akora bi bisa me bi, and it catch me off guard pa. It is very true. Sometimes, and yes, I am making mistakes in life,
Yeah.
but then we would have done things better.
Oh yeah, differently.
Differently. If we had the chance to go back, and Mr. Boateng, Pachoma Mimbisa, a futu bang, and I de bema. Ma elder sa question and bisa no mama ne de atufu preko ai intino e foto be na o de be ma ye ya yesi so ayeba ye ya ye papafo a ya sha ase ye ya afi ansa na epese be ye papa nom e na ye nom so so ayeye ma me no be se wa foto no de ma ye nyina ma ne meme nyina e foto ben e na apese o de be ma ye ansa ya ko your story no so
futu a be man say ye no sa tibia ya kom ene ya ansa na ye be wo ye mu papa ye mu bone e se duru ba bi na e ba no so e fom tisa de obeye de ye hu se enye papa na ye so etu omfo okay ye futu ene de be ma enkora no atentere omo ama bia de obeti o wasam no so no wadi
Nti sefutuo na bi ne sen dey na obeka chiro bi a wo hwe esisi a
sefutuo na edi man say ubia sese no one ubeti o maami asem ubeti o papa asem de entrin bia na papa beka sa twemu firi mu no eso twemu firi mu esan say ene edi kai akom tibia no bi enti mo ma ye nyina no enya adwen kro na ye ntie yawofo asem
okay me da se bebre elder briefly a photo be na de be ma youth meaning say indirectly in where to for but say me ma wakwanya say can be chair yen ma yen afi na pese ye venture into our ni awo and na yen ma young fathers impo and young mothers na a photo be na kakra be na betime de ajaye
see a photo kakra metime de ma the younger ones ne say most of the time no when we want to get into a relationship our own we don't spend a lot of time working on ourselves. So when I say working on ourselves emotionally, psychologically, right? So now we have so many people who get into relationship when it gets to the emotional and the psychological side now, they are not mature.
That's right.
Omunyini. Timofutu say take some time to mature in those areas. You see, you cannot say ubenya bibia, everything has to be perfect before.
Right.
Yeah, but at least that is why I didn't bring finance into it. I said emotionally.
Right.
Some of us emotionally we are not stable. Psychologically we are not. So can you imagine two people psychologically unstable, emotionally unstable, and you join them together? I mean, come on.
Chaos.
Yeah, within a short period of time, the marriage will collapse. Yeah. So I would say, take some time to grow yourself emotionally, psychologically, right, spiritually. Inti o nyame wadom na se o nya obiso eware na at least that we say no nya fe na ntokwa ehunhia ni we say no that is the advice that I will give to people.
Elder, what's your take on yeware ya yenwo yeware ya yema ho time? What's your take on that?
So you see that follows what I just said.
Yes.
Say nipa na omu aware no excuse me. Say if they are matured, right? Now say omu it's not going to affect them.
Okay.
Now if emotionally omu stable, that's our cross about the dynamics change. It's a more year akra na me friends in Yankopon aka say enkra ye ejapadia nyame edema no.
For be bed.
Eba be bed amomu mienu. Na de ntokwa aba aware anim. And all these things happen because most of the time you be kwa aware anim na ya ankasa no ye nhye dan nyini ye. Me can not biological age. say what no be like you made a statement say some fathers are, or somebody said it right, some fathers are boys and some boys are fathers, right? Yeah, at least we need to mature to a certain level, meaning that at least see a no maybe I say santi I see any one more a crown of babbles after that and one be way one in your way, but when that understanding is there, you avoid all these confusion. And lastly, you see, and Qur'an is right, na say awofo no mokum bebrea it has negative impact on akora so how nyinia emotionally psychologically is going to affect the kid. Until I will say hey, if you need counseling, seek counseling. Intina sorry so we before yebeka awarifo abomu no yebeka se monko counseling. I been making sure say more seek counseling to make sure say at least we are prepared kakra because emu tupe baako sa ba be akora be ka ho baako mienu miensa it changes everything. Ti no ade o say de anije ba na fe de na de ya ona abramo nti meka say ejina dipa ni mienu so obi o no mo a omo betimi awo straight away. It's not going to impact them negatively because they were prepared before they got into the marriage.
Okay. Me da say. NSC a me call elder can be brave, papa so can be brave. My jumping straight na en call your story no so. Or say, you know be maybe na this story be dying ti. Yen discuss or say, hello Ahonfe. My younger brother and I lived with our parents happily until my mother passed on when I was only 13 years and my brother was 10 years. My father got married again after a year and had 3 children with our stepmother. This woman treated my brother and I like filth, and my dad supported her actions. We were always hungry and would go to the street to hustle until we met a good Samaritan one day. A couple picked us up and cleaned us. Guess what? My dad never came to look for us. The man was traveling abroad. The man, which is the Good Samaritan, was traveling abroad with his son and added us as his children, which required him to change our last names to his to make the process easier. That is the adoption. He told my dad about it, but he didn't care. We've lived abroad for years and came home just last week for vacation, only to be confronted by my biological father, who is sick now. He's demanding my brother and I to take care of him, change our last names back to his, and most unbelievably, throw him a party on Father's Day to celebrate his birthday, which is a day before Father's Day. He wants us to do these for him as a dying wish. We find this ridiculous. We have never celebrated him on Father's Day since we left his house, and he didn't care. So why now? Please, my question is, which of these men deserves to be celebrated? Our biological father or our adopted father? Please advise. You know my story of their brain. Na send you done then na me no me de ko twi amai for the sake of those omutie a brofono yenti ase no. O say ne maame ene ne papa na one ne nua ono so ne nua be ma omote kama na mpenefo se owu krade ankwentimi nti no owu be fa omo maame na owu be fa omo maame no na ono na di 13 ne nua no so di 10 years na omo maame fim afiechi be ma de yesi me ma ntumi ntena mema oba e bi ankobeti no ba be ma nde wantena afi pepepepe chi no papa ko ware oba afoforo e no de ne baaye obe nso ba nyame ye omadom no so be wo miensa na enum no na afi de maami chese wa benya menti no afi de oyo omo basabasa oyo omo maduane ni no obu omo na oyese omo ka cho omo papa mfi na omo papa di maami nachi de omo be ka bia so omo ni kamafo to no ni nua keto na afi omo start so omo kwa abonten ekoton nioma because ekomo di omo na enum ne na kora pa wo yenti no ebusua bi hu omo papa bi a ono so na ne baye ba kope hu omo na ofa omo kotina papa ne chen kwa omo papa no ne mfa no ho ambehwehwe omo papa ne nim se ye mai wa asomasi nchen omo ko asomasi fie ko didi oba the man didn't care kyerɛ sɛ mfa no ho ɔno deɛ ne ma mmiɛnsa na wawo mu na ne ne gyere na abusua na n'ani wɔ so na wei na papa yi a ɔfa wɔ mu ɔbɛkɔ aburokyire ɛna kyerɛ sɛ ɔno ne ne ba baako pɛ na ɔmo bɛkɔ aburokyire na papa no sɛ o sɛ na moyɛ nkora pɛ mepɛ sɛ mede mo ka mo ho ɛka yɛ ho na yɛkɔ na sɛneɛ saa time process na ɛbɛyɛ easy no kyerɛ sɛ ɛbɛyɛ ntɛntɛmu nti no na ɛwɔ sɛ ɔse sɛ ɔmo din ɔmo last name na ɛyɛ kyerɛ sɛ ɔmo din na ɔmo papa din na ɔmo oyi fi hɔ na ɔde ɔno ne deɛ to so na ayɛ sɛ ne mma ɛne nkora no ɔbɔ nkora ne papa amanneɛ ɔse o fɔ ɔmo kɔe ɔde ɔmo bɛkɔ ama ɔmo nkɔe ɛna kyerɛ sɛ ɔpene so na ɔno so yɛ ne sa na ɔde nkora no kɔe nkora abɛtena aburokyire mfie bebree nyame ayɛ adom ɔmo aba Ghana sɛ ɔmo bɛdi holiday so ɔmo baaya ɔmo hwɛ papa bi na kokyɛ ɔbaaya me ma sei no nyame adom anyinyi kama enti no me kra me yare enche me bewu enti no me wo adesrede miensa de di kan no me pese mo sesa mudin na mo sesa call papa ne din no mo sesa ba me din mu se be ya me wu a mo ye behu se me mani o na enye sesa mo wo din foforo enti mo edin na me din na mo yi fio no mo nsan ko famra ena ebie mo nso so no me yare nti me mo nhwa me kosi se mo papa me wuo mo ye de ya mo papa ne me ena number 3 nso so no papa ne birthday a day before Father's Day nti the papa ne say on Father's Day no omonto party ma no na che se omonfa engine ani ma no na we no nyina no che se ni wuo wish bro ni beka se dying wish che se mi ba be wi mesra mo munye we ma me na me mfa nwu ena nkra ne se hwe na wo ya papa we say wo kwan ade fa so wan kasa kra Father's Day mpo no fi say ye free we fie yen wish you happy Father's Day da won so kra mfa ho yen so yete baby papa we ni enim no but omo sanso dwun se nipa wo so obi abewu nti ne dying wish a yen manana nti omo bisa se ochina Father's Day ya ye Father's Day why no omo celebrate no why no omo ngi nanima no omo papa na owo omo na ye nim story anase papa na ofa omo edi omo kopie baby asisi omo apie ya omo ababe ye akrachefo kama na nti a story of the day no eno no me pa cho fa o comment mame anase for adwen kire mame ye nua be men oti one ne younger brother no omo oti nti ma cho fa comment na e fa bra mame na ye nyina ye discuss first of all me come papa so Mr. Boatin a story of the day no enie na mame mbisa wo enkura no omo bisa say why na omo ngi nani omo papa owo omo anase omo papa na ofa omo no but before e beba sa question so mami bisa say e dey important na ya na esi anase etimi si ema papa a wahwe ne mma ama omo adi 13 years ba ko adi 10 years e dey pa na be si ye aware na oware no na neoma nko yie wo ba bi nti ema papa etimi yi na ni ema Nigeria we free mu emma chese ne man penifo timi yi e de na si ye udwen se na aware na abroso anase na nkra na at some point omo ye den na office be si ebe ma be ma a behave like that
ewe mpempi no ya na efegira aware a ujai asa aware foforo
we de mame ni free
mame no
free mu wonya
ana aware foforo ai na ya na emma oba na obeware no no se wono oni tima o ma se obepe bibi kura ho no opedu edro bi tu odua ni mu a wo ma no kura wo mo kura onkai wo gise de oni no ebewo etibia saade no so etimi ba
okay
enti na ma bibi sa no esi
anti wo de wo kan desperate wo hwe hunhun mu nioma no se bia na maame no krampo no odi bibi eye papa no
sa na tie because God dey say obi a wawo miensa mienu miensa na oba na wu wo ware no no wu na nka nkwala no onti onhwe wo onti wani nhwe wo kananka edi ti mi hu say saade no na happen ye papa aware no
hey papa o de ko she ma no elder ayo elder mama mbisa the same question because me papa shine from the spiritual side no into without the spirituality no papa be into me insisa. Because a member has so many emotions like that too.
I don't believe that. See, yeah, not that I disagree with that they can, right? But the back where me want to say something that baffles my mind, right? Say a crew mu ha no mu ahon. Eni eni bi wo hwe me pese me body na bia NBA basketball ni wo be hwe si o superstar bi ne papa nhwe na ne maame ehwe no, right? Bi wo be hwe si bibi sai si a e wo crew mu ha. Ani yemfa nko hye se oba ha na se be ma no obi ma no bibi. I'm not saying say what daddy said is not true.
It could be possible.
But because about say si okro mu ha omu be fa ne say nipa no ana why irresponsible na wan hwe ne ma.
True.
Na nye ade bi obi de aye no. But most of the time ana ye side on ko ana sa no ma no. And ana chiri ma dwen kakra. But to answer your question, me hu ni say papa na ye ma odi o ma ba wiase na wakwa ware obi fufuro. It doesn't matter what the situation may be, they are your kids.
Right.
So you have to stand up for the kids. Intini mi mo de me fa blame no nkoma oba na okwo ware no because yes sha can say a responsible father, right? To be a responsible father, no, this should be one of it. Say you wakwa ware oba fufuro kra na o mane de me don't leave them, don't neglect the kids.
That say most of the time no na emma e wo fie emma ne nkra no wo fie more than emma ne nkra wo fie nti no as a father no wan hwe ya the oba ne beka bia beje edi about your children no
say what they why you
ehonu na but you see, but to be, and you said it's to be a responsible father, it's not easy, right? And Timmy Huni said one, say, oh yeah, responsible now, and yet dear, Obanebe can be now obey by investigate. Okay. And there are so many ways that you can do that, right? In as much say you will not like unko jina ojenechi, right? Against umano. Sauso na unjina umano echi against oyeno. Okay. You have to love both of them. But you have to like do
that, to strike that balance.
You have to if you want to be a responsible father. That is what you got to do. Untimi entie we are no, right? Because now the family no ba ye baako. Okay. Na daddy ka saying be ejina oba na akoko ware nti oba na bia initially na akoko ware no nim so wo ma. Ana okay oje nkra na tuma afia ware na wie na ware na adwen sa afie de or be mistreating kwara no. Is that the situation? We may not know.
Yeah.
But be man na 7 year can say because it's Father's Day. Na nkra so question o ma be busa ne ba going back no papa ne na anya ade.
Okay.
Papa no na anya ade because daddy ka say bia oba ne de bibi to my papa ni bibi di ene papa no nkwa asore
me sure
say bia okwa asore na odi nyame di dia me fi say odi ade tuma duane mu kro na me dia enya me fi
eda pese e betete awon ni enya nchire so na bibi anye
yeah. We have to. Oh, that I'm not. I'm not saying they all can't no but because I did for any dear.
Yeah.
No, you did any jina Bible no so. And tis a woody tumu mami di kra enya mehwe. Because me did no because Bible naka.
That's right.
That is my faith.
That's right. That share betete awon ni enya nchire so. Fi anya ye. Into no at least no ye who two sides of it. The spirituality aspects, no, and I agree with both sides, and I agree say a responsibility of every man. And family say dry idea, whatever it is, no, you have to take care of your child or your children, regardless of what worry for, and I say worry for fra.
So if the man had done that. Yes, and the question you be as you say, uno say ope answer the we wouldn't be here.
Yeah, Quran be here. But I first to be.
Enye de bia na ye forces papa. Possible. Possible. But enye de bia na forces come hwe we say onkofo bi mo ha omo ye bone on da hye bonsam. Yet we don't see the devil. It's our minds and how we interpret things, how we want to feel.
We don't disagree with that, right? Because a normal one who be.
That's right.
But at least yeah, can you so be more hane dear. So person you're responsible dear.
Yeah, regardless.
I also will share no maybe so enter because say be as a hum famu no. So unsipia na no afa Yesu. Aha, then ye the tumuku na ba bom pa yegusu a.
Na adane spice. Na me dwan na the
amount, yeah.
Okay, because of your time, because I remember say time baby. Meaning said there are a lot of activities going on in town. Into no, my main jump be in the course of 1 or 2 questions. My main bisa elder abo fan because in him story no. In him DNA adopted parents no or my yama akrano. Papa ni demands no. Is it valid? Valid in with respect to the fact that he say obabi
yeah
or sin a dying wish ni demands no yes valid with respect to obabi no.
Okay, so in the first place the biological father no does not have any legitimate claim or demand say omumeye Sadia no Emma ontimi enforce on crown Emma omo emeye.
Okay.
Oh. Aha. But Nkorano so no me a futu a me be man Nkorano say into we are looking at it from 2 sides.
From 2 sides.
Papa na one year responsible no, right? The irresponsible father no. The irresponsible father no, right? He has no basis or beka chen kran say one Moses samudin sa me family no.
Yeah.
In the first place almost say na wo mfa ho. Aha. And number 2 say oba be wunti no omo emeye party ni we say amount anyway any valid request. But you and I baby ye gina no. Me fan say sorry na we yesi a. Yentimi mfa afutu we more mo say mamu mfi mo papa na aha safutu ni ntimi mfa ma wo because me sure say members baby hwenti Sunday do so that akota honum na yeah enti at least from the Christian perspective ne the one we have to admit say papa no wanye ni yie enti ye fathers ni ye mfa afutu enfrim say irrespective of the situation say nyame fasa ma na say bia oyire free mu right na so akọ ware fofora men to ma no enkone because who nim da chi de besi aha enti e bank ra no so side a
enti me ba eda na just say papa no only that right.
No, I wouldn't say the right because
but the legitimacy
of it, yeah. Of it, because right in there you see I started by saying say papa no do ba wiase no. You can't change that. Enyame nhihye on the wall. Until we there and no dey da ho. But wanye responsible. Because wanye responsible the intina ma make say the request no enye valid and legitimate. Inti papa no so wotena se dwi ye pa because obusa nkra ne say omonye saade ne ma no.
Eso ni shame busy.
Yes. Let me ask mama mbusa we say senka nkra no enye baby papa ensia. Ka obekwa ko pe o mo akira kwai so mo meye saade ne ma no. Enka onye sa. Enti me from the Christian perspective na futu de be man nkra ne say nipa no akane na hin wo wiase. Ona ede mo ba ewiase. Na Bible so me tia say yendi agya ne yanani. Wanka say wagya wo responsible nko enti no me meka che nkra ne say hey so mo obi nko ade a omonye ma papa no na there will be a blessing in that for them. So omo hwe so because omo anya na akwa say okay mo susu no mutu aneka because you also being irresponsible children, right? Yeah, onka say mo hwe no. Do wakase wo yare.
Ase on mehwe no mani nwu.
na say obewu akọ
na un say we oyare a oba bewu cry say ne ho ka no
say if they have the means omonye manu nya be shira omo don betimi bia omonye and I would want to believe say so omubusa omo adopted father no cry obeka chance omonye manu
okay
obeka say omonye manu because papa they were adopted omo no right now ono mijidi say yeah well situated and established in life and he wouldn't need that help from Enquarano inti ma omuma ne nye say it's a competition between adopted father, right, who was responsible, and the biological father who was irresponsible. It shouldn't be a competition between the two. Okay. So nkrani betimi nkoa odi omo nhwene maningu enko na nyame ebishra omo.
Yo, Matilda, Mr. Boateng, my member also. Inti sisi ya na wo kase papa yi. Oba bi na de aduro bi aye ni. Sisi aduro na afi na ede na afi de nkra na nyini no. Afi na aduro na tete afi o mani so. Ye de aduro aye wa ma ye fa nya nkwa awie ye. Fa ko hu.
Fa do ko hu.
Wa do ko hu.
Omo kwa sabado.
Ai. Na ba koto amochi wo ho. Twa wa chi mama wa hwa de. Na ye de na afi de nkra na nyina ye yi awie no. Afi na wa hu se aduro atete mani so. Se bo apaye na wo ye no. Nye da bia na ye aduro. Enti pacho ma mbisa o. Sisi ya na aduro ate na ni so ya wa bai. Itu fu se eye ma no. Se ono oba bisa sansem na fi nkra no ho ana.
Say sisi no one. Nkwara na nkasa no. Ese omuhu se. Se ewiase no. Obi kra onya papa kra no utimie no.
Ebuwa no.
Okay.
So na omu desam ye ma papa na obi wusa de o kan. Se ko onye man na emum edin no. Edin de mene papa no enya adwen. Because edin no wan nkola na amfa sa edin no kra bia nkomo ntimi antukwai. Akoyi. Because ya kontu biblia yetui. Ibi okra e fedi fufuro.
We de da so ma ye ken na mesi utimi kwa adwuma bi ni e bo ama na be ma sorry. Be ma timi di ama.
Timi fedi fufuro ede ye. So enti no edin no de ye na mo se papa no sre e pacho.
Okay.
Odi dwatoa si mpanimfo so mo pa nkwara ni chew. Na mo no ntimi nko ka se ma ese ntimi ma yim say no. Ndie
oni sa right.
Ni sa right no. Say so we sa dem.
Okay.
Hana say yesu e culture here. Ye papa so no beba be yeah be so that I make us say yeah culture no say papa e be ye din pa ma look at the way we see Ephraim it appears say or base memma and we've seen some before. They come boldly entitlement number one show
yeah
oh you know edin is change of name in there that one there like I said and daddy said I know there more months no you should keep bad so mu will be nko no betimi aye the party na like you said dying wish omunye man no mfa nko
but then all. Why I didn't know was say on Father's Day
say
because say bia e bi kra na omo plans omo ni omo adopted father ne wo on Father's Day because omo ritual bia omo ye because they say according to story now say for a long time now omo we show happy Father's Day and we are okay with it. It may be omo ritual so adena would demand no o pay for a birthday party no on Father's Day na so person the whole world who say me man na ye party amami na no.
Haven't you seen some in life say like obi wo ho and we've seen some before but so one hwe na bia kra na tu kwan na waba na papa ne say bra na opese ode ne ba ne dinechi no de no de chia obi a the ba we oko university or ha say it's there I feel no one who say hey sa me on the me na enti going back to we busa say I didn't know they call that same day no it's still not legitimate right yare no betimi a omo emboa no.
That's right.
Omo check it with omo adopted father and they say, okay, Father's Day no. Say if we want to spend that time with him, is that okay? Which is what I say omo nkoye. But the meme can say papa ne intimi in demanded that forcefully.
Okay.
Because I would say he saw that right time okodi oba na china oja nkwara no. You lost it. Yeah, but nyame so nhihye mu no ye den biologically nyame fa ne so ene de omo ba wiase.
And one question ka me ya bebisa say ebi kra okay nyame fa no so de nkra ne ba wiase. Undwen say ebi anyankopon hihye ye mu no na e wo say o abandon nkra no na nkra no kofa sa route we say because of share omokra na because the fact that all demand is away from craniches and mamiensa na ankoyi. I
was going to raise that say if you say Samiensa no ne oba no ne second wife no ewu womo no o ka say almost esi omu yi a ega Father's Day nkonko we mu ho enti you could be right say ebi so a nyame in his infinite wisdom ne say wan fa amfa sana kamon krana so mu that's what I'm saying say nyame di mo si yi ti mamu nhwe say papa no oboye ti modin ti yeso pe say pay back time don't do that mu betimi nko a mo nya ba papa no de ontimi me hye wo mo say because oman if and see omu yi a enko me hwehwe omu cha but say see omu yi na mu obi nko ade a omu nye nyame be hwehwe so hye omu.
Okay, me da se pa elder. I think say ye hia de bebre na ye time na enche bia e ba be ye ebe na ma me fentwam one or two comments bi na fe yen round we make say round the apa and I wrap up hey brofo yen na net brofo mu nya me life ma me yen ya be ma hey okay Benjamin or say I be or say it's every man's responsibility to take care of their child. If you don't take care of your children, you will not go to heaven. Hey, I got 10 commandments no ever. Because the way you know any no, ya make us show bounce wo but no crane so ana.
Oh, so because they train a child the way that they should grow so that when they grow up they may not depart from it.
But when training so
No, I'm saying say see there by be a car say encourage mundi omo diweja ne wo enani no another father and mother no. Bible now so say wo parents mo so montete enkwara no. Enti obi a woni de. Yeah, the parents have the responsibility to raise the kids and the kids also have that to honor their parents. Both are in the Bible. So that was the point I was making.
You can honor your parents. You can say then Father's Day, it's worth celebrating. Yeah. Because one can say honor your mother or say honor your parents. And parents, no, two parents. And
that was what I said. So, yeah. So that's what I started by saying Mother's Day, Father's Day. Yeah.
That's a great
and then also
from the Bible's perspective,
that thy days may be long. And some theologians will tell you that is the first commandment with a blessing attached to it. That's right.
Okay.
Grandmother, grandfather day.
Hey, Adam,
he's right. There are some kids grandparents they raise you more. Yes, so many instances are grandparents, especially in this country. In community, the African way now, African American community, like there are so many of your grandparents in the raise you more, especially grandmothers. Yeah.
Anyway, they best start a aluta, and I say you best start pushing the agenda forward. Grandparents day, because your children's day.
Yeah.
Okay, your women's day or.
But the sad thing is, say do children's day now. Parents not know say
because it's head about. Now say catch Father's Day. Ne manu be hu say on papa ni. Nti ono no mo de kwama no. Na bia onana no soso a
And I say that so they are common
me papa.
The generation. Me call your name.
But you can also do be crying now. Omo do.
But I think it's commendable. You better share agenda. In fact, you better start pushing from Revolt Media. Now you say we do top one. Rosemary, I say happy Father's Day to my dearest husband, father. Nana Eduse Poku. Oh, that's so beautiful. I also the day I was celebrating the I say Nana Eduse Poku. May God bless and protect and grant you wisdom for our blessed family from your lovely wife, Ajua Ashtown. Ajua Ashtown. And happy Father's Day in Chiasun Kuni Shirani Redia Begune Nikunu so say Nana Eduse Poku. Nana Yamin Shra because oh ye day papa. Eye ni 19 na we praise you nti sanka won feel anyankopon hira ma me fa akwanya we so na me we hye bra Mike papa me bra bi me nhia ne da but time bia the way I just say o hwe program time bia me wie bia no aye voice note no dey amobi na ni pa call dey am and I really appreciate you. I have never met you, I have never spoken to you, but all your voice messages no mensaka e kire say wo hwe men so nti bra Mike, happy Father's Day to you. Happy Father's Day to me, Uncle Biono. So me really also far for no friend from New York, offer Kwame. Happy Father's Day to you and happy Father's Day to Obia Beme Bia. Me to me mubodi modoso. Me call back to me. Comment. Reader says everyone has a mother, but not everyone has a father. You yati. Obia answer na mame.
How is that possible?
How is that possible? That's the question of this episode.
How is that possible?
How is that possible? Say, Obama, I think say or can say elder the percentage of a member who absent in a home no.
When they are
is larger than a ma.
That's a fact. Yeah, that's a fact.
I think so. Or share from that perspective, say there's a lot of people are only fathers versus only mothers.
And the thing is, it's easy for the man to run away. Right, so you're in a career crying for 9 months. No, the irresponsible ones, no fun and no man, no.
Yeah, it's true. Yeah. It's true. I say it's some women's fault. That's why some fathers are boys. Happy Father's Day to all fathers in the world, not the boys, but fathers who are responsible. Beatrice Chum, or say please, you get paid at where you work. You get paid at where you work. You reap onions, you get back onions. Like I think you sow onions,
you reap onions.
You reap onions. In so person just say papa no. Baby I would do aye no. Onko chenaba. Period. O hwem kra me ensa no ko ne ko te wa by me stress 2 boys no. Yemia Beatrice be mo say there is a difference between father and a dad. Big time. Please I say your papa and your daddy. Daddy ni papa no difference. I think say you can't responsible fathers and irresponsible fathers. I daddy was say the children should accept their father irrespective of his behavior, but God will deal with him. God has already dealt with him. Elder when him say sometimes I am shame you can say nyame betu obi ka. Some confirm so they don't die you. I won't study sadie no. Obi to me di bone pound say akwa we dey nche nyame beku no. Nyame nku ne da because ye nim nyame adwen.
Ye nyame.
Nyame deal with him say as wanyini or yare.
Yes or yare oni an
yeah, but yare no so comes with the age o. Say na omo mani the ends on so. Nyame na nim that mummy enko heaven enko bisa nyame. Onche yase asamo say I second you elder. The children should have some small mercy for their father. Safu G or say interesting discussion. Happy Father's Day in advance to all men. Prince Asamoah was say I like the combination of dad and elder. I would like to see you next week.
Which one?
The combination. I say I'll prepare to next week. Rosemary Wuswefri I say financial freedom is very important after one becomes born again. True. I agree with you on that. The discussion on I think say the question of who should I celebrate on Father's Day? Is it my biological father or my adopted father? No. I think say elder ne Mr. Boatian touchy based on it here and there. But elder obi to me abone tofa my bride discussion
yeah, inti sene yesi akano no. Okay, so and I want to go back to that say nkwara say ekoba say omu choose mu baako a right and yeah obeka say the adopted dad no. But I think say looking at the situation maybe baby omu work no ebia na adopted father ni ho. Okay. I'm talking about geographical, like look baby omu wo ebia so omu wa broche nti ebi kra omo so omo Ghana and I say whatever country that it is no ebi kra na they adopt any hobby nti mi momu de mafutuo ni say ma omo mane me yes ye pick baako. Okay. Celebrate both of them. They can do it if they have the means to do it. Celebrate adopted father no. Okay. And it appears every year that is what they've been doing because according to what you read no it seems the biological father no cry no omo wishing be that nti out of pity right omo hu ni mobo now there sa ba ku we ya say ono no ne dan we show pedia call asama do omo nye emfama no na influo and like I said if even they consult the adopted father we catch on say mon koye man because ono no
comes across as a good man.
Good man, yeah. And onyare oba be free we say, right? And ono no the subsequent the years to come, no, they will still have the adopted father. For the father say we no the time aso so oba be kono omonye man but ontimi be force omo. He can't force them to do it. He cannot come and just demand that forcefully.
Okay. Me da se pa na elder ene mame fasa akwanya we so na me ma few like 1 minute person chia obi o a bibia person ka enso so a na information.
My biological father is late. Okay. And I cannot wish him happy Father's Day. And you know if there is any way all fathers in our church of Pentecost, I want to sit over here to wish them a happy Father's Day. Okay. And also growing up, any father, even more minimum all fathers that played a role in my life, say may God bless them, and I want to wish them a happy Father's Day.
Yes, happy Father's Day coming from Elder Roxanne Champon to all the men in his life oma inni hosisi omo nti se ne nyina yete no no Mr. Boating me pacho ma me so membra so na fa final words e ma me e wo ho elder can bebre with celebration no we say no onye mum ma ye futu kakra e wo ho sebe ya ye nua be ma no otie ye elder de na de aba pese me ma akonya na do de ba uwie a wo nchia bi so a de be chia na wo asem bi ka Etrobia akonya da ho.
Say yenua be mana o kan eye papa na say ne man.
Ne man no. So say no mo bisa question say auntie say omu papa ne birthday ne man no. Ana say Father's Day no mo celebrate omu papa no. Ana say omu celebrate omu the ohwe omu no.
The woman so say the adina ye na say omu bomodin na omu mienu nyina no omu timi celebrate because and no cry even phone so kekekra no happy Father's Day cry a marriage.
Okay.
So yeah, na party.
I no party.
Open phone
so cry me kay arrechichi. So no party.
Okay.
Enti no na me mahu bi obi a ekoba asa. Eso no your bampo. Edru se waware ye be no ho ade no. Nipa kro na ofa no tete no.
Ono be gire.
Omunko ye mo papa.
Oh.
Yeah.
Etinka we no kenkora so enhwe na omoso emwa papa ne kakra. Na we kura me gina we so. Atu ye mema ni nyina afo. Obi wo akwara na no atuna twene maame no so. Maame ne be bresa. Oh, it's so no dru ba bia o se no ba. Na okoje eba. O kazo on kai ne ba kan wo kai ne ba na wanyi no so aka ho. Eti eno so no nkora no yesram se no nkyere se wo to papa no so atwene. De nso ese odi bia
kakra bia on
kakra bia
betimi
oso
bia
betimi ayaboa no
okay
so boa
yo ene mpacho wo nche bia na bibi kitwe bia pese okache obi a
enche mo ma papa fu nyina na titru ko Ghana mi fifo nyina ne kankan comfort
no comfort na is it Father's Day okay o de o to nche ama obi a yo ene ya papa so asema ode abedan futu ode amayen nyina no na ode ne nchi anso aba okay before ameda papa no mase no enka me ye gya asem bi ne mpenefo se wugya sankofa wo ye nchi mesremo miti ya muhu ne kama ye sister bi no se bra menye otima free nti mesremo mama nda nase wate eye mi ankasa me sister bi ye friend sister Kria na sister Kria de nana entwibo asiako asante hene ana asante man hene a wo krom ha sei ne yire ye sister Kria nti ohene yire Kria ono ena ye miti entwibo asiako ono na ye miti bo miti kama ede ma me nti me pa cho se wo ha ya ba bi na obi aboti amawa pese won so ho ye fese ne mo ha ye fe ya me pa cho reach out to me na me so me fa ne number maw na ko obeye oti ho kama ede amaw ene ma me fa nche biem ma me fa na ase biem Emalis makeover me fa na ase biem emfa ma remedy alata soap na me sankai wo biem se me pa cho fiti next week 21st to 25th interview marathon AC wo ye heya 1900 East Dublin Granville Road ye hia o support bra nebe support ye in kind and with your presence crampo no bra and na wa uni hanso so want to me man ye pacho ye be show ne live nti ano ahwe ye fe support enter enu abema Kumasi nyame achi na ye nkoje kruwa no Guinness World Record on ye nkoje mfamra na nyina high jubility is for Ghanaians ebe boa won so am the resources we have in Columbus and I say in the United States because in kofa wo be interview omo no enya asem keto akra na afi nso so mamenkai wo se menu abema Samuel Bempon Sam nyame ya aduma ochina we die exclusive we can exclusive because it's already out there but mamentim bi nyame ya aduma ochina e was 6200 Cleveland Avenue musical show and as a musical concert I have a Scent of Water near eke nyina ne se fa wo ha nyina bra beda nyame na Nyankopon na pe ene ye answer to all your problems nti bra wudi asa no nyame yi nko obubu nkonya ne nyina afi so nti me pa cho bra ochine nyame aduma 6200 Cleveland Avenue ebo no nsia pepepa ye 6 p.m. near the ahihye so na ye dwumadi no so aye kama ewo hosa e de amaye nti hye no so fama me da ase bebre elder se meton safre obaye I know say you were busy but you are taking time now there banyankopon shira so waba wanka be de dwumadi nso odo a wo mame ene ye dwumadi nti obaye Mr. Boating no wife Damasio mo na mo raise a fine woman like me man titi me ya nke bi kra nka me ni baby amewo Nyankopon shira happy Father's Day to you elder happy Father's Day to me papa I love you guys so much na mama mfa akonya we so na minjina manemu na ya ka nemu wanka abede dwumadi anemu any revolt media anemu na ye wa chede kakra e de ma ye papa no na chese emu eduye beteme nsakra nti elder we de Nyankopon yes Nyankopon share happy Father's Day
thank you
to you
Mr. Really appreciate that
I also so wachedi eni mpacho ewie pe nsabeka no kama me da se wa unya abre na so share me Mr. Koswa enemi refi se me ka cho se share but enye too late Koswa share dwumadi mame we are like you like na ehia me pa na Koswa fa comment no so bra happy Father's Day wishes no manim flow wish you be a person wishing it bia no I fato comment section as ma me say nipa kro no obi hu na wakan me da say ne o time a onya so e de hwe me nyame ya aduma next week yemfa one ka be dem because ye interview marathon nti me pa cho ye be show ni the same time a ye one ka be de dwuma de nti no jebre na hwe yen so nyame nka ho and have a wonderful Mr. Wish somebody happy Father's Day. Oh, Papa, why you boni afache no? Hug somebody, hug your dad. I hug your dad. Ubeti mi a to bibi fache no wate. I nyame nka ho. No insha say we ne sama me. Have a wonderful day.